The Montreal Canadiens finally extend center Kirby Dach's contract for 4 years. In this video, I'll give you the details and my opinion on the contract. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. Exactly 2 months after acquiring center Kirby Dach in a trade with Chicago Blackhawks, July 7th at the 2022 entry draft, the Habs have announced they've extended Dach for 4 years. That's from 2022-23 to 2025-26 at $13.5 million, and the AAV is $3.3625 million. At the end of the term, Dach will still be an RFA, so Montreal will still have some control. Dach's just 21 years old, with all the promise of a great career ahead of him. Dach is a 6'4", 200-pound center, a former first-round pick in 2019. Third overall, in 152 games with Chicago, Dach posted 19 goals, 40 assists for 59 points, and had 9 goals and 17 assists for 26 points in 70 games last season, where he played right wing, I think more than at center. And he may start on the wing in Montreal, as the Habs are now loaded down the middle. This deal put Montreal a little bit over the 10% that they're allowed to go, over and above the $82.5 million salary cap, which put them at just a hair under $93 million. And I'll show you on a couple of examples here. So this was cap friendly. After signing Dach, we now show the Habs at $10,239,166 above the ceiling, based on a tentative roster of 23 players. I got dyslexia. 14 forwards, 7D, and 2 goalies, and 3 players on IR. Price is LTIR eligible and would allow the club to build a roster as high as $93 million prior to placing him. So they're at just under the $93 million that having Price on the LTIR allows them. And they're allowed, I have one other thing. And so this is the actual situation. So their projected cap hit, as you see, $92,739,166. So right now they have 0 cap space, but they're $10,239,166 over the cap. Carey Price's contract is $10,500,000. That'll put them under, but just under. They're allowed to do this as long as they get back under the cap plus 10% by 5 p.m. The same day that they do it. So that means today that I'm filming. And here's the rule. Cap Friendly put out the ruling on that. Can LTIR be used in the offseason? Yes, LTIR can be used in the offseason while the 10% offseason cushion is active. LTIR in the offseason is calculated using the basic equation outlined above, which permits a team to exceed the offseason salary cap. To use offseason LTIR, the team must provide doctor's proof that the player in question will continue to be injured at the beginning of the regular season for 10 NHL games and 24 calendar days. At the start of the season, the team's LTIR relief and ACSL, which I don't know what that is exactly, is recalculated when the 10% cushion is removed. There were 2 ways Montreal was rumored to be doing this. Number one, there were rumors Montreal was working on a deal to move a contract out via trade. And you got to think Hoffman or Amia for like 2 examples that I can think of. Number 2, they could place Carey Price on the LTIR and remove his $10.5 million from the cap for now. So sort of remove it. It just allows them to go $10.5 million over the cap. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. In a press conference to introduce Dach to the media today, GM Kent Hughes was asked about the situation and said they'll place Carey Price on the LTIR later today, which is he said actually later in the day, which is today. And it was made official a couple hours later when they got the proof that they needed. I don't know proof, but they got the doctor's paperwork that they needed to confirm that Price was still out and wasn't coming back for a little while, and whatever they had to do. And that happened a couple hours later. In place of an overlay that I had for all the math that turned out to be wrong because of Cap Friendly put out some wrong numbers, I'm just going to do it verbally for you guys. So Here's the math and how it works. Salary cap, $82,500,000. In the offseason, they're allowed 10% more than that to go over, right? So that's $8,250,000. You add those together, $90,750,000. That's what they're allowed to do. After the Dach deal, this I can show you because Montreal is $92,739,166. That's their projected cap hit. That gives them $10,239,166 in overages. That's how much they're over in projected cap space. They're in the negative. Not good. So they have put Carey Price on the LTIR, and in doing that, it reduces their cap hit all the way back to putting them in the positive by just $260,834. Not a lot of money. You can expect some movement. That's why you can expect some movement here. Somebody's got to move. They're not going to go into the season with just $260,834 in cap space left. I just don't see that. So look for the next coming days. I mean, I thought it was going to happen today, that something is going to happen with player movement, a trade, because he did mention Paul Byron looks like he'll be ready close to the start of the season, and that Sean Monahan would also be ready, if not right at the start of the season, very close. So those guys are not going on LTIR. There's no relief from them for their salaries there. So it's going to have to be a player trade to get that relief going into the season. All right, so those are the details as I know them right now. But what do I think of the deal and of Dach? And I tell you, I found this on Twitter from Mark Dumas. If you know Habs Media, he was part of Habs Media. I really liked this quote, and then I'll give you my opinion. You give Dach plenty of runway under an affordable AAV while giving him some job security and keeping him an RFA by the end of the contract. I like the deal. While there's some risk to it, Dach has to perform to a certain level, obviously. I think Dach, at 21 years old, will live up to it. He'll get a great opportunity here in a fresh start with a coaching staff that's geared to developing the young players to help them reach their potential. And Dach's potential is, a solid second-line center that you can win with. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Number two, having control of Dach's future. He'll still be an RFA at the end of the 4 years. I think it's big. I think that's big. I think he'll be a good player without like us going, well, he did this and that. I think we'll just be thinking of a good, solid NHL second-line center. And we'll still have control over whether he can walk or, I think that's really big. He can't just walk away. I have confidence in Dach's abilities. Like Kent Hughes said at the press conference, they're gambling a bit on him. They have confidence in their gambling, in what they're gambling on. They feel that he's ready to take that next step. And I agree with that. And I think he'll develop into that second line center that we kind of hope he'll be and expect him to be. Number 4, being strong down the middle is how you win championships, and Montreal is now set there for the foreseeable future. Number 5, I know he has some work to do to reach his potential, but he's big, he's strong, he's talented, he's genuinely excited to be here, and I like him. I'm pulling for Kirby Dach all the way. Go Habs go. The drive for 25 has begun. How do you feel about Dach in this extension? Let me know in the comments section. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. And hey, here's a video you might like. Check it out. Bye, everybody. See you next time.